Look, normally, running shoe reviewers are all chilled out and composed. Excuse the heck out of me for the excitement for this shoe. You see, me and the Adidas Adizero Adios Pro line, we go back to this. This is the Pro 2. And then this one evolved to this. There, the Pro 3. And I love this so much, I was so happy when Thomas from Believe in a Run gave me his Pro 3. There, I actually have two of these. So when Adidas got in touch about sending me the Pro 4s, come on, Christmas came early, bro. This is the Adidas Adizero Adios Pro 4, and I'm about to give you my initial impressions. Before we go on, let me introduce myself. My name is Aubrey. I'm a runner and I'm good with being me. At the time of filming this, you've given me 15,370 subscribers. If you enjoy this review, please make sure that you subscribe as well as give me a follow on the old Instagram. All right, let's carry on with the review. I've never felt the need to give you guys disclosures as much as I do right now. This shoe's been provided to me by Adidas. Secondly, I'm running my first ever marathon, and that is my race day shoe. Third, I live in England and I'm being supported by Adidas. They're taking me to Berlin and I'm attending a lot of events, and part of the launch event for the shoe being part of the Berlin Marathon by that brand. That is mind-blowing. So if you think I'm being biased towards this shoe or the Adidas brand, I've got no time to kind of change your mind. You're probably right, because I'm just hyped. I will still tell you about the shoe, everything you need to know for my initial impressions, because I don't have all the facts just yet. But when I do, and after I run my marathon, I'm going to tell you everything about the shoe. I'm going to compare it also to the version 3 to tell you what's changed. But in this video, allow me to just give you my initial impressions after a half marathon workout and a 5K run this morning. The 3 things you need to know, and sadly, I don't have all the facts. That's how new it is. The price. I don't know how much it's going to launch for. Secondly, the weight. 210 grams in my size 9.5 UK. In terms of the stack height and all of that, all I know is 39 millimeters at the back. I don't know about the drop. I don't have that information just yet. But for now, I just wanted to give you a world premiere of the shoe, show you what it looks like and my initial thoughts. Okay, let's just review the shoe. Normal English, no jargon, no techie speak. Simply my initial thoughts after my early runs, going from the top, working our way down. You see this thing here, this heel tab, you can fold it away and you can lift it to use it as a heel tab and get it out of the way so it doesn't really interfere. But when you lift it, there is a hidden message there that says, "This too shall pass." I like that. It's an expression that essentially means hard times won't be here always, you're gonna get through it. But on the flip side, neither will good times. So take time to celebrate it. I love having a statement as profound as that on a running shoe. But that is the heel tab. Essentially, when I look at this, there's not really much change from the Pro 3. There is padding inside the same. The labeling of the shoe, they're the same. And you're gonna see these 2 reinforcements on either side of the shoe that kind of give you a good lockdown. One thing that I felt that was very different in the Pro 3, I needed to always do my runner's loop up here to make sure I get a good lockdown. I didn't need that. And I think that is essentially the function of this light lock in the upper, but we're gonna talk about that in a second. In terms of the padding, you expect something minimalistic. It's a race day shoe, and they've executed it exactly to that brief. There is really nothing to talk about in terms of the heel. The other thing I will touch on is it doesn't have all of that structure that you expect, but that is in line with a race day shoe. They're trying to keep the shoe light, and therefore you're not gonna have a lot of elements in that shoe. I would have loved to see that, but I get it. This shoe is for world records. The kind of runners that are running in this shoe are not my kind of runners, and therefore every 1% counts. And if they can make the shoe lighter by having less structure at the back, then so be it. Bang, bang. All right, next up, the lacing system. It's simple. I get it, it's a special shoe, but I always ask for 2 things when it comes to laces. Just put holes in the thing. You see this thing here, put holes in it and then reinforce those holes, which is exactly what they've done. And they've done it in a minimalistic way. I haven't had issues with these laces yet, but I definitely would have loved to see that sort of ribbed edge kind of lace, the ones with the teeth. I would have loved to see that in this shoe, but I didn't have any issues on my half marathon workout. On my 5K workout, I didn't have any of those problems. It worked really, really well. The tongue, hold on. Gussetedness. It is stitched in, it is attached in the inside there. It's fully stitched in on both sides, meaning that the tongue is held there in place and it gives you the same experience every single time. I must say, it's a very minimalistic tongue and therefore not a lot of padding to it. And the way Adidas have gotten around that, and I love it. On the tongue itself, on the surface of the tongue, you're going to see that Adizero strip that is padded. Not only does it allow the laces to go through, but where you're going to tie the laces down, some of that pinch is going to be taken away from that padding. I don't quite think it goes high up enough to give you that comfort or a little bit added padding to where you tie the laces. So maybe it would have been great to extend that up a little bit, but I'll be honest with you, I didn't feel anything. I didn't get any discomfort, but just an observation. I try and be as honest as I can be. As hyped as I am, you guys deserve my initial thoughts, as honest as I can make them. Next is the upper. Let's talk about Adizero Light Lock. Now, they have changed, significantly changed this upper. There is some renewable materials, but the main thing I want to talk about, if you remember in the Pro 3s, it was so coarse and rough that you could actually use the Pro 3 in the shower to give yourself a good scrub. They've gotten rid of that and it's a very nice to feel texture that I love. They're calling it Light Lock. And the way it works is that when you tie it down, it actually, you can see the elements within that upper on both sides, the inside and the outside. When you tie the shoe down, not only is it giving you a good feel, but it's absolutely tuned in to a very good lockdown. And I like that. It's essentially, you're going to see that going on the inside all the way up to the lacing over here. And when you actually tie these laces down, this light lock mechanism gives your foot, and it kind of molds to your foot the way it does it. I don't know how they've done it, but it really locks down to your foot really, really well. Answering the question, is it true to size? I'm a 9.5 UK. I was a 9.5 in the other ones, and it fits exactly how I wanted to. So my advice to you, if you do want to buy it, stick to what you're normally into. We might have different feet, but if my reviews worked for you in the past, I say stay true to size. 9.5 UK, it fit me perfectly. That upper just works for me. Let's talk about the midsole. And this is where this shoe shines. I don't know if it's just me, but it feels completely different to the Light Strike Pro that I experienced in the Pro 3s. I'm yet to know the specifics of the formula for this foam, but I want to tell you, it's the same stack height, so 39 mil at the back, but I don't know what the drop is because I don't know what the front is. But in terms of the foam, it's the same Light Strike Pro, but in different layers. So if you look closely, you can see this top layer. You then have another layer that goes underneath that. And in between those two layers is Energy Rod 2.0. These are carbon infused energy rods that run the length of the shoe. And I just love the feel of it. It is distinctively different to Pro 3s. One of the best things about it though, it has a very good balance between comfort and pushing you forward, that return of energy, the pop. It just feels amazing. In some of my runs, I did slow down quite a bit. So that comfort is really, really good. On some shoes, for example, like the Wave Rebellion Pro or even the Adidas Prime X2 Strong, they're too high stacked that when you start slowing down, the running feels unnatural. This is really good throughout those paces, even when I pushed it. And so it is a very good combination. I think it complements each other, the foam that they've used as well as the Energy Rod 2.0s. For me, I just simply loved it. All right, boom. Let's talk about this outsole. Now, this outsole is a bit different. You can see that dug out, but it provides you full coverage. Tick. The grip is continental rubber, so you know Adidas is not messing around. Now, if you look at the outsole, you're gonna see this strip here. This bit is a bit more grippier, it's tackier, directly underneath your big toe. And it's when you're toeing off, you kind of need that to go off. I must say, it's added traction, absolutely, but it just complements what Adidas does very well anyway. Now look, I know I've blown up the shoe, I've hyped it, but that's simply because I think it's an excellent shoe. The Adizero's continuation of breaking records, this is gonna be that shoe, no doubt, along with the Pro Evo 1. I'm waiting to see what the price is gonna be like, but I'm gonna be very honest, if I think it's too steep, I will call it out as such. But as I mentioned, I'm gonna assure you guys to come back with much more information as soon as I have it. And a lot of the information is gonna be me in Berlin as they launch this shoe. And I can't wait to share that with you.